Once that's all like been cooked and I've grated a carrot in, I then add 100 grams of egg white, which sounds gross and before was like, ew, but you can't even taste them, and you end up with like loads of food. I just realised I've got to leave in 5 minutes for my client. I'm going to have to text her to say I'm going to be a bit late because I got breakfast. And at the same time I'm making just a salad, cherry tomatoes, spinach, blueberries, because why not? And I'm going to add in just some smoked salmon just as like a little snack for later. I need something carby. We're going to put sweet potato in for my carbs. Then whilst all that is cooking, I have also then started to make like a sauce to go on top, which is like a teeny bit of my protein, butterscotch, mixed with some almond milk, and then 20 grams of some protein peanut butter, which is made by Dr. Sachs, and it's white chocolate and coconut. By the way, I don't get how people do this, record and snap. Is it that they're Snapchatting, and then using that footage for their vlogs? I don't understand. But I'm not Snapchatting right now. Maybe I'll do a little Snapchat in a minute. I am so excited right now for this. Oh my god. That is dates on top. I softened in the microwave, and peanut butter, butterscotch sauce on top. Okay, so I wanted to do a vlog that's following me on the next 4 weeks of bikini prep. Doing a bikini competition, like, never had entered my mind at the beginning of my fitness journey. And I remember someone saying to me about 2 years ago, like, oh, have you ever considered doing a competition? And I was just like, no, like, no way. Firstly, I didn't think that I would be able to even stick to a nutrition regime that was going to mean I was going to have to be that strict. I didn't think that I'd be able to train as hard as it seemed. And also, like, thirdly, I just didn't think that my body would ever do what it's meant to do or look like for a competition. A friend said to me that she was worried because I come from a school of thought of having so many body image issues, and not just hang-ups like body dysmorphia and a really bad relationship with food. And so she said, do you really want to go into this, because you're going to have to be quite strict with your food and get really lean, and then you end up like doing a lot of comparing, and it can send you into a whirlwind of, you know, bad habits or bad thoughts. And part of me wanted to do it because of that, but I wanted to know that I'd gotten to a point where I'd kind of maybe beaten it and challenge myself and know that I was strong enough mentally, more so, sorry, excuse me, just burping, strong enough mentally to work through any of that, like work through any challenges that I face mentally with my body image and my food. And I think personally it will help. You know, I've just written a blog post about it. Like, I want to do things that challenge me and raise my level of consciousness, and I think that doing this, despite what anyone's judgments might be about a bikini competition, because essentially, yeah, we're getting in heels, stripper heels at that, and wearing a sparkly bikini, and it seems like it's a beauty pageant, but it's not. It's a sport, and I would never have agreed with that until training for it. Now it takes, you have to like join a federation and become a member, and there's a few to choose from, but I just spoke to somebody at work who I knew had done a competition, and she said try Miami Pro or ukbff. She just warned me that with Miami Pro a lot of the girls seem a lot leaner, whereas ukbff, she said you can come in slightly higher fat percentage on average. That was just her personal opinion, whether that's true or not, which made me, I thought I'd go for ukbff because I didn't want to try and get down to 10% body fat. 12-13 seemed like a reasonable amount, and I went onto the website, and you pay a membership fee, and when the events came out, I think it was early January, maybe February, I booked for my first competition, which gave me 20 weeks. Now the first 4 weeks I decided that it was like my pre-prep, and I wanted to not, like, it was a mini bulk, like I was never going to be able to build loads of muscle, but I wanted to like really try and get my strength up, you know, build some muscle in those like 4 weeks where I was eating enough and not being in a deficit. So I worked my calories up. I was eating around 1800 anyway, and so I just worked them up to 2100 and sort of stayed there for 4 weeks, and it was bliss. And I was like, if competition prep is all about this, I have got this down. I come from a whole 1200 calorie school of thought, and as a trainer I've learned that that's crap and it doesn't work, and I've written many a blog post about it. You know, I think there's a couple of blog posts back, my fitness journey, maybe part 2, part 3. It doesn't work in the long run. It's not sustainable, and your body doesn't like it. So I spent the last year reverse dieting from 1200 calories to 2100 calories, and I never thought that that school of thought would like work for me, that I would be patient enough to want to do that, because I was always after a quick fix. If you're thinking of doing one, make sure that you've got enough money aside to buy all the protein. Make sure you have sat comfortably at maintenance calories for a while so that you've got space to go down in calories without ending up like just eating 1000. You know, you want to start high so that by the end of prep you can still be on 1600, and that actually seems like quite a nice amount. Get a coach or try it for yourself, and just know that it's a massive learning curve and that it will take a lot of your focus and brain power and energy, and you will want to stay up till 4 AM researching bikini comp girls and advice and going on bodybuilding.com, and you have to really trust yourself with what you're doing and stick to something, and like trust that if you're not doing a particular exercise that you see somebody else on YouTube doing, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. But yeah, like if you are going to coach yourself, I think that a particular person I follow, Corey Fit, she talks about it a lot, like no one knows her body better than herself, and her nutrition and what she's been through, and a mindset with nutrition. And you know, I wanted the same as her, to do it in a way that I didn't give up my whole life. I wanted to be able to flexible eat. If it fits your macros, that's me. Like if I had to completely clean eat, like fish and broccoli every day this prep, I would have given up by now. So this was about being able to do it the best I could in a way in which I could stay sane. So I am still on 160 grams of carbs because that is what's keeping me sane, and I think that I know my body and that works. But of course I did have a panic today where I was like, oh my god, maybe I should be on low carbs, everybody else is doing really low carbs. shit, because your mind does all this weird stuff. But I spoke to my friend trainer today, and we're sticking with my carbs for the next 2 weeks, and then I'm going to drop them quite low for the last 2 weeks, because 2 weeks of low carb is not going to mess up my BMR, my metabolic rate and stuff in such a short space of time. For the next 2 weeks, I'm on 16 to 1650 calories. That's about 160 grams of protein, 160 grams of carbs, and 35 grams, thereabouts, it sneaks up, of fat, which means no avocado, because I save my fats for peanut butter, basically, and some fat that you get in some fish, like sea bass and salmon. That's where my fats go, and a Quest bar here and there, but they really do bloat me, and I notice that when I have them, I'm just not as lean. So I've got a few left. I'm going to finish them over the course of the week, and then as of 3 weeks out, there'll be no more processed protein apart from my protein powder, which I need to order. There is a blog post, I think it's my fitness journey part 3, which talks about how to work out your macros, so I'll put all the details in the bottom so you can have a look and go from there. It's still really bright. Anyway, I don't know if anyone cares, but I had some exciting news the other day. So I wear this brand called Jogha, Jogha, and like it's my favourite workout stuff, and they messaged and asked if I wanted to be a jogger girl, and I got to choose some workout gear. So I got some spotty peachy grey, like my fave colours. I am trying to drink about 5 litres of water a day and aim to get up to about 6 or 7 by peak week. I'm going to let you know that out of probably everything that I'm doing, the water is probably the one thing that I'm not doing very well. I started on average about 3, and I still don't even know if I reached that. So I'm going to really try today to just drink more water. I'm feeling really lean. I had a really good glute workout yesterday, and my fucking left bum cheek is broken. So that's not good. And even though I've always had like a big bum, there's a difference between a big bum and the sort of bum they want on stage. And I can't imagine getting up on stage and being like, bang, this is my booty. Like, the mother. I mean, I'm relying on this tan to really show some shit up, because I'm excited. I'm excited to see what my body is going to look like. I'm the leanest I've ever been. I saw my friend, she was about 15% body fat. She's like a good, you know, she does caliper testing. She didn't have them with her, but what she said I look like. And for this, you know, I want to be about 13%. And she's saying that 2% in the next 4 weeks is doable and really realistic.